Greetings and salutations, friends. I am Numithrander, and we start off today with a bit of fun. Now, I was planning on beelining for Sumeru to reach the first statue of the Seven there to switch to Dendro Traveler, and then I noticed this in my inventory. Instructor's Teacup with Animo damage bonus and energy recharge on it. It's not exactly a mind-boggling little thing to have, but comparatively speaking, it is enough reason anyway to keep Animo for a little while longer. And besides, we're still really low on adventure rank, and we still also need to level up the statues, just so we can run a bit longer anyway.
Look! Doesn't that shop look interesting? Let's see what they're selling!
Oh yeah, I mentioned before that the Animo sigils, I kinda wished had a respawning mechanic, and here's why.
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer near.
Welcome. Every treasure here is unique, guaranteed.
Yep! There's nothing here that Paimon recognizes. That's for sure.
What did I tell you? These are all rare items brought back by adventurers from all corners of the world. Is there anything that catches your eye?
I daren't ask about the price.
No need. I forgot to mention, I operate on a trading basis. Goods for goods. No Mora accepted here. I've been trying to make something a bit special recently, and I need a lot of Animo sigils to decorate it with.
Oh.
Do you have any Animo sigils with you?
I believe I have a handful.
It seems the Animo Archon approves of your adventures then. More to the point, any animal sigils you find you can trade in here for items in the shop.
Well, let's see what we have then. We have 77. Now, eventually, we'll be using it for Mora, but for now... Milk Tooth. We need a handful of these to level up the Sword of Dissension. Now, this is why I wished that the shop would restock and the sigils would too. Because getting these specific domain items can be annoying. It's nice to have an option to get these that does not require you to spend your resin.
Animo sigils appear all over Monstadt. If you find yourself short, just keep exploring.
Are they really just for decoration, or is that just the use you've decided to put them to?
Absolutely! What could be more beautiful than a gift from the Animo Archon?
Okay, you got me. It's actually more complicated than that, but it's easier for people to understand if I just say it's for decoration. Obviously, the reason I need Animo sigils is because they have properties that other materials cannot provide.
In that case, let me see what you've made once you've finished.
Of course. I guarantee you will be quite surprised at the result. Do come again soon, and bring me lots and lots of Animo sigils next time. Please also visit if you come across any weird and wonderful treasures on your adventures.
Very well. You know, I don't believe I ever actually found out what she was making. Either it slipped my mind or just wasn't mentioned. Oh well. Now then, let's make it daylight hours. And then let's have a gander at what other story quests we can get into here in Monstadt. Okay, need to be adventure rank 10 for that. Wind, courage, and wings. Glide with the wind. Right, I believe Amber wants a word with us. Okay. Still very, very low stamina. Let's see, what's this marker? Ah. Looks like we have a handful of extra artifacts. Ah, need to hunt a cryo abyss mage. There was one in that challenge from the other day. But I don't think I can kill him with my current setup. Oh well. Cook 5 dishes for another 100 points. Guess we'll do that right quick. Since we're right next to the cooking pot as it is. That's 1. 2. 3. And 4. Recipe perfected. And a couple more 100 points. So we then need to go blossom hunting. But that can wait for now. Onward to meet up with Amber. Yeah, that low stamina. How many animoculi do I have at the moment? And we'll grab up all the primos we can get our hands on. There's the inventory. Ah, we've only got 2. Not enough for another level up, I don't think. So, off to Amber first. Another thing sprang to mind. That new sword Kaya gave us. Harbinger of Dawn. When HP is above 90%, crit rate increased by 14%. Definitely useful for Kaya. Certainly more useful than the Traveler's Handy Sword. They call it that, but it's not actually all that useful for the Traveler. Oh well. Oh right, and if I almost forgot about this little challenge. Don't know why I'm having such trouble with this one. Because I got all the way to the far side, and then messed it up at the last, right before the end. Come on. Just one more. There we go.
Is this an answer from this world?
Okay, one less nuisance. And now let's have a word with Amber.
Hey, Traveler! I've been looking for you everywhere. How's that wind glider I gave you last time?
It's working out rather well.
Seems like it's really growing on you. But then again, you don't have a gliding license, do you?
Do I need one?
A gliding license? What's that? Isn't it obvious? You gotta have a gliding license to legally glide in Monstadt. Oh, but we've been gliding for ages now. This is the first we've heard about it. Yeah, you've been gliding all over the place. Everyone's noticed. So, you came looking for us because you want to give us a gliding license? No way! The Knights of Favonius have strict rules. You need to pass an exam, and only then will the Knights issue your license. Today, I'm here as an examiner to oversee your official gliding exam.
Very well.
I gave you your wing glider, so this is my responsibility. At least that's what Acting Grandmaster Jean would say. An exam? What a pain in the butt. Then again, since Amber is the examiner...
It's fine. I can handle it.
I'm sure you'll glide through it. I mean, the whole city saw how well you flew the day that Storm Terror attacked, so I'm sure you'll have no problems. But we do need to respect the rules and glide properly. Here, take this gliding manual. No need to memorize it. Just be familiar with everything in there. For example, only one person per wing glider. No carrying anything over the set weight limit. No taking off using an animo slime, and so on and so forth. Anyway, be sure to read it, okay? I had to read a load of big, thick books too when Lisa was teaching me magic. Wow, that's a big old book! Paimon thinks we best get started. Great, come find me when you're done. I'll be at Windrise. The Knights of Favonius gliding manual does not sound like a fun read.
Well, guess I'd better get started.
When the first wisp of wind brushed across the land, birds that yearned for the sky had wings, but no way to fly. They asked the animal god, "How can we reach the heavens?" To which the animal god replied, "You have yet to find that which is most important." As the god spoke, the wind thrust the seeds of a dandelion high into the sky. The birds thrust out their wings, but the breeze was all too mild, leaving them to stumble across the earth. So they went to the gorge, where the wind showed off its wild and incomparable strength. They threw themselves off the cliff and flapped their wings amongst the howling winds until they were able to fly freely in the sky. To the animal god they went to gleefully say, "We understand now. All we needed was a stronger wind to fly." In reply, the animal god said, "What you lacked was not wind, but courage. It is courage that has allowed you to become the first flying birds of this world."
An amusing little fable.
That's a cool story. But is the Knight's gliding manual really written in that style?
People in Monstadt really understand the romance in learning to glide. To soar through the sky is an aspiration for many, after all.
Anyway, let's go find Amber.
She said she would be at Windrise. Kind of wish I had the option to watch that little cutscene again. But oh well. Now we have a trip to go on. Although not too much of one. Looks like I should be able to get there from the elemental trial, the Temple of the Lion. Ah. And looks like we're going to have to work our way up the side of a cliff to get the rest of the way. Set myself on fire with those pyro slimes. I'd have to be a bit more careful about that going forward. Yes, Claymore breaks the standard ore in one hit, whereas it might take a handful of swings to break it with a normal sword. And that was quite the easy little trial for Lisa.
Oh my.
Greetings, Amber. We've gone quite a ways from the city.
Great, you're here. Did you have a good read-through of the gliding manual? Got all the rules down?
I did give it a read. But it sounded more like a fairy tale than actual instructions.
Sounds like it was a real drag. I would know. I've been there. The gliding manual is super dry. I couldn't get into it at all. Don't tell Jean, though.
Really? Paimon thought there were some pretty cool stories in the gliding manual.
Cool stories? Oh, you must mean the example cases in the appendix. Some of them I like. My favorite one is about the illegal Animo Slime takeoff. Apparently, if you pop an Animo Slime and take off in the burst of wind, it shoots you up really, really high. I really want to try it.
No, not that story. Paimon meant the one with the little bird who wanted to learn to fly.
What? Let me take a look. Oh, shoot. This is the storybook I used to read as a kid. Oops, sorry. I put both books in the same pile and must have grabbed the wrong one when I was leaving.
How in the heck do you confuse a bedtime story with an instruction manual?
This is so embarrassing. It's because, maybe deep down inside, that fairy tale is the thing that truly taught me how to glide. What you lacked was not wind. It's courage that's allowed you to become the first flying birds of this world. Reading that gave me the courage to glide, to become an outrider, and to become the gliding champion of Monstadt. But anyway, let's get back to the exam. Don't be nervous. Just glide like you're used to. Okay then, you just need to follow the marked route to the finish.
Very well. Though I do have to ask, how exactly do they mark the literal air in the sky? Yeah. Guess I'm just not supposed to think about that part, eh? Oh well, off we go. With the amount of time I'm given, I could probably manage to have made it here even without the glider. Literally just running here might do the trick. So, how was that, Amber?
You nailed it! But it's no surprise, given the way you handle your glider in a storm. The next part of the exam is in Monstadt. See you there. Don't keep me waiting!
Alrighty then, you heard her. Back to the city. Let's not keep her waiting.
Yep, might as well. And she's waiting at the door of the church. So this will be the faster teleport. I said I wasn't to keep her waiting, but we'll wait until the next morning all the same. Okay. Now to catch up with Ember. And undertake our second gliding trial. Thankfully, the conversation will last long enough to restore our stamina.
Anything the Knights can do for you?
Hey, here! Over here! I'm all set up. Let's carry on with the exam. Same deal as before. Glide through the markers and get to the finish without stopping in the middle.
Alright, let's go. Oh. Looks like we're going in a circle around the Animo God statue. Ooh, I'm getting a bit low. Alright.
Seems like you've got the hang of wind gliding now. Let's do the final stage.
Easy! You've flown this way before anyway!
Once you've passed this final stage, you'll finally be able to get your very own gliding license. Just keep thinking about that license. Ready?
And go. Oh. Looks like we're jumping off the roof to make this one. Oh. Hung in place for a second there. Oh.
Windborne Traveler! You are required to land at once by the order of the Knights of Favonius. I am Otto of the Knights of Favonius.
Otto.
What's going on?
Please, show me your gliding license.
Well, you got me killed. The Traveler is now dead, fell to his death thanks to you. I seem to recall someone else with the name of Otto. And they were guilty of quite a few deaths, if I remember rightly. Though, that was in Honkai Impact 3rd, if I remember correctly. Never actually played that one, but I've heard some things. As for this right now, I'm literally in the middle of my exam to earn my gliding license. So I'm gonna say Baron Bunny ate it.
It is against the law to glide without a license. I am arresting you under Section 7, Article 12 of the Monstadt Penal Code. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will forever carry on the wind.
Wait, I'm an instructor. This is a gliding exam.
Oh, I see. Well, you picked a bad time to hold your gliding exam.
Really? Why?
The Knights of Favonius received a report from a sister at the cathedral claiming she saw Raptor gliding around these parts. I thought your student here must have been his partner in crime.
Raptor?
Raptor? Who's that?
A known criminal in Monstadt. He always uses a wind glider to commit his crimes, so people started calling him Raptor.
Wow, he flies fast then.
So far, we haven't managed to catch him. Our plan this time was to draw him into the cathedral with a precious artifact and ambush him inside. But he escaped with the artifact. Fortunately, one of the sisters put some secret markings on the artifact using elemental magic. But he was too fast, and we couldn't even keep up with the trail the markings left behind.
Well, if you need help chasing down a gliding criminal, I'm the one for the job. So tell me, which way did he go?
As far as I know, he was last seen near Springvale. But that was some time ago.
Leave it to me. With us chasing him down together, he doesn't stand a chance.
Indeed he doesn't. So let us be off to catch our thief.
Once we've got this Raptor guy, we'll pick up where we left off. But no need to worry. I'll be sure to have a word with Jean.
Ay ay. Yep, and we got mail for something. Oh. And there's our 10 pole. And I'm assuming that was the Adventure Rank 10 reward. Okay. Well, we're going over to the Statue of the Seven Windrise. Since we ended up getting murdered by the bloody guard. Come on. Are you not gonna patch us up the rest of the way? Looks like you're not, and I need one more Animoculus to level you up again. Well, since we have 14 wishes, well, we'll make our 10 pull on the Noel banner now. Oh well. No early 5-star for us. It would be lovely if I got a couple more copies of Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers. Ooh!
I'm Sucrose, a researcher of alchemy. I heard you've been to a lot of places, so I was wondering if you... What am I saying? It's only our first time meeting, I shouldn't trouble you. But if you're willing, I'd love to hear any stories you have about your adventures. I'd really like that.
Well, that's an unexpected boon. Blood-tainted greatsword. Now, if I do wish on Yelon's banner and get a razor, this would be a good weapon for him. Bit of extra damage. Just for Pyro and Electro. It's kind of interesting because I didn't actually get Sucrose on my main account until like a month or two back. Didn't get her off the permanent banner, didn't get her off the Noel banner, and I only got my first copy of her during one of her reruns on the limited banner. So yeah, not a bad roll that turned out to be. I have 6 wishes. 6 more quaint fates. When I have a 10 pull ready, I'll have a go at the standard banner. But I will not be making use of any of my primo gems for the permanent banner. That would be rather silly. Right, and they said it was near Springvale that our Raptor thief got to.
This is Springvale. There must be some clues about Raptor around here. The sister from the cathedral put some secret animal markings on the artifact he took.
Use your elemental sight and keep your eyes peeled for clues.
We found something.
Ooh, hey, what do you think this is?
It looks like a broken tree branch.
Oh, Paimon knows. It's from a frame of a wind glider. Therefore...
There are no elemental traces on it. It looks like it's just a plain old tree branch.
Okay then, let's see what else we can find. Ah, there's something.
A strip of cloth with animal markings on it. Looking at the design and the way it's woven, there's a good chance it came from a wing glider.
Wow, Outriders have to be textile experts now? It's a harder job than Paimon thought.
If this really belongs to Raptor, it must mean his wind glider is broken.
Looks like there's one more piece we have to look into. Let's grab some Sunsettias. And in fact, while we're at it, let's eat a little bit. Since it doesn't seem like we're going to get back to full health just as is. Okay, that did it.
How do we know if this was left by Raptor or an Animo slime?
Animo slimes are airborne creatures. They don't leave marks on the ground unless someone stomped on one to take off.
Wait, are you telling me people actually do that?
Either way, let's make a mental note of these markings. They're very clear. It appears that the elemental markings point this way.
Huh. Well, do you think he ran off ahead?
There's only one way to find out. Come on, we should keep following the markings.
Ooh, what's that? Looks like something's going on up ahead.
It sounds like there's a battle going on. Could that be Raptor? Quick, let's keep going.
Alright. Into the fray. Oh, I see. Oh, Hilichurls. And they're attacking somebody.
Thank goodness, the Knights of Favonius have arrived. The Hilichurls won't dare pursue me any longer.
What happened?
I can't believe it, but the Hilichurls attacked our carts. Luckily, I outran them.
Hilichurls? But I thought the Knights of Favonius had cleared out most of the Hilichurl camps around these parts.
It's a small camp not too far from the village. The route I take on my delivery runs ensures I steer clear of it. But today, some crazy fellow suddenly fell out of the sky and landed right in the camp.
Now, who does that remind me of?
Oh, it really riled them up. They chased the funny-looking fellow as he fled, which brought them out into the open. I managed to get away, but they smashed my fruit carts to smithereens. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do when the merchant caravan gets here tomorrow.
Funny looking? In what way?
He was holding on to something. Must have been heavy because he couldn't glide in a straight line to save his life. Maybe that's why he fell. Honestly, people like that shouldn't be allowed in the skies. It doesn't take a genius to know you're not supposed to carry heavy objects while gliding. I'm gonna report that idiot and make sure he gets his license revoked.
Heavy object? The artifact? This could well be our guy. Tell me, did you see which way he went?
I managed to catch a glimpse as I ran from the Hilichurls. I think he went that way.
Seems like a strong lead. On with the chase! Oh, and don't worry. As soon as I get back, I'll tell the Knights to mop up the rest of the Hilichurls as soon as possible.
Very well. And it's twilight again already. Again, time goes a little too fast for my liking. Alright. Looks like we have a little campsite here.
Another test subject.
Suddenly we have treasure hoarders.
Steady as you're in for a little shot.
Have a little taste.
Nope, you're not gonna blind me with that.
Apart from the hilly churls, there's a bunch of funny-looking people, too.
Judging from the type of wind gliders they've got, I'd say this lot is with Raptor.
But if that's the case, what are they hanging around here for?
I wonder... Well, this measly bunch can't slow us down, that's for sure. But we also haven't found the artifact, which means Raptor still has it on him. Forget these guys. Come on, let's keep following the elemental markings.
Huh. Look where we are.
There are no more elemental markings ahead.
The elemental power on the artifact must have worn off. Raptor must have realized the markings would give away his position and sent his minions to slow us down. That way, when the effect wears off, he can make his escape. He won't get away with this. After him!
Yes. Oh. Looks like we found our destination. We'll just check one thing quick before we go in. Ah. I need dead ley line branches, so I need to go hunting abyss mages. I'll have to go find some. Ah, but it looks like even if I did have all the material, I'm not at adventure rank 15 yet. So couldn't level up even if I had everything. Oh well. Let's see. Yes, unfortunately we don't have any further copies of Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers, so we can't enhance it any further. Let's see. Interesting, if I swirl this, it gets a bit of an attack boost. In that case, let's refine it. Get a 30% boost. A little specific for my liking. This might actually be a better tool for Sucrose. Then again, Thrilling Tales is too good to pass up at the moment. Kinda neat, actually, that Sucrose was the first random 4-star we got. Like I said, took me a long time with the other account to get even one copy of her. And it's also interesting that all of our current units are from Monstadt. Oh well. Couldn't upgrade the weapon, but shouldn't be too much of a hassle. The recommended party level only needs to be 4. So not much of a problem at all. For the moment, I'll keep with this team. Not exactly the best for team synergy, but we're just using what we have for now. When I eventually get a Viridescent Venerer set together, I'll definitely use it for Sucrose.
There's only one way over there. Raptor must be up ahead. However, it looks like the only way we can catch up is if we glide.
But there's a ton of enemies below. They'll definitely attack us after we take off.
If we're gonna do this, we'll have to glide and defeat them in one fell swoop. You still had one stage to go in your exam, right?
Yeah, but what's that gotta do with anything?
How about we make this the third and final stage of your gliding exam?
Are you sure that's how the exam is supposed to go?
It's a custom version of the exam, designed by yours truly. Besides, the normal version of the exam wouldn't be fit for the hero of Monstadt himself. So, what do you say?
Well, the The end goal is to get Raptor.
Woohoo! Good answer! Prepare for takeoff. Raptor awaits you once you defeat all these enemies. Then that gliding license is yours.
Kinda feels like I'd be owed a little extra for this. A bit more compensation than just getting my license. Huh. I can drop bombs while gliding. You know, I don't think I ever used that after this event. Oh. Oh, let me up. Yeah, I actually have no memory of ever doing this before. Probably just because of how infrequent an event this is. Oh. Looks like I dropped a little too soon. I would almost be worried about that being an Animalculus, but I know they don't just leave those in domains like that. Ooh, you were close. But you didn't quite manage to hit me with that, Hilichurl. Let's see, was I a little too close to the ground when that hit?
Nice! You breezed through it! You're a natural. I knew you'd be fine. All that's left now is to grab ourselves a raptor. Let's go!
Yeah, I don't remember ever actually going on bombing runs anywhere other than this dungeon. Ah, okay, so we got Amber. Or a guarantee. So chances are there will be something in here that'll require her archery. And a little more gliding, going in line with the challenge. Not strong enough to kill him with the blast, but dead from the fall all the same. All right. Granted, these chests aren't worth too much, but every little bit helps. Oh, hold on. Ah, there it goes. I was wondering for a second there why the rest of the water hadn't drained. Guess I was expecting a little bit of drop-off there, but there was none. Times like this make me wish I had Yoimiya. Oh well. Come on. Let's check around this floor before we head up. Looks like some thorns over here. Looks to be a chest behind them too. Very good.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Can I get you both? Nope. Only got one of you, and only kinda. Oh well. Let's see.
It looks like there's no way across. Ugh, he must be around here somewhere.
Amber! Over there!
If you insist on chasing me, so be it. Huh? Who brought the little girl?
You must be Raptor! You can't escape!
I don't need to escape. There's no way you can make it over here.
Oh, it is pretty high. And quite far.
Oh, little girl, why don't you run along home now and let your leader deal with this? Don't worry, I promise that once the Grandmaster gets here, I'll surrender immediately.
Hey, watch it! You're talking to a Knights of Favonius outrider. You'll be sorry when I arrest you.
Let's examine our surroundings, just like you taught me.
You're right. Ugh, he's right there in front of us. If only we could glide across.
So how did he get across?
Some sort of mechanism, perhaps? Or elemental magic?
I don't see a mechanism, and I have good eyesight. Besides, there's nowhere on the cliff that you could build one.
Bye-bye, kiddo.
Oh no! He's getting away!
Ugh, we can't hesitate any longer. The only way to get across is to glide there.
But...
Don't worry. I'm the gliding champion of Monstadt, remember? If Raptor can do it, I can do it too.
Oi, Outrider! You have less chance of surviving this than jumping off the Animo God statue in Monstadt without your wind glider. Haha!
Wanna bet? I'm with Amber on this.
Paimon sees your point. If you rule out everything that's completely impossible, gliding is the only idea left.
Remember that book I lent you? The one I thought was the gliding manual, but wasn't? The first birds couldn't fly. Flight was their reward for their courage to plunge into the canyon. Be my witness.
Go, Outrider.
Raptor says I'll never make it. But if you listen carefully...
Wait! Stop! You'll never make it! Come on, off you go now. Back home like a good little girl.
Raptor says I'll never make it. But if you listen carefully... The wind says I will make it, and that's good enough for me. I'll race you there.
Amber! No! You're gonna fall! You're gonna fall!
Crazy, kid! You must have known about the wind current. There's no way you would have jumped otherwise.
The wind takes care of those who have courage. Now sit still and await your arrest, like a good little boy.
Wind blade! With the wind! I'll have my revenge.
Oop, frozen.
All right, I got him. I only noticed the wind current from in the air, and it's the only one. It would be suicide to try and escape in the direction Raptor was going. In other words, the only way Raptor could have gotten out would be this way, past us.
Aha! So he was just trying to fool us by acting smug, in the hope that we would just give up and leave. Little did he know, we're not so easily fooled.
It was all thanks to your sharp thinking. Just like a wise man once said, once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth. At the end of the day, gliding is 7 parts technique, 3 parts instinct, and then 90 parts courage.
What you did now looked more like 99 parts courage.
It was just like in my first gliding exam. I was super nervous, but in the end, there was nothing to be afraid of, and I passed no problem. I kinda missed that nervous rush in the exams I've done since then. It just wasn't the same.
Sorry. Paimon thought you said you passed no problem. What do you mean exams since then?
Well, you see, the thing is, Monstadt is all no glide zone this, no landing zone that. Every time I get my license, it keeps getting revoked. I must have taken the exam about 15 times altogether. But I always pass the first time. I guess my little gliding manual ain't so bad after all.
Let's go and get a copy of the real gliding manual from acting Grandmaster Jean sometime.
I feel sorry for Jean, having to deal with all these people.
I'll head off first, because I need to escort Raptor back to the city. Once you're back in the city, don't forget to come find me at the cathedral. I'll issue your gliding license there.
Well.
She just can't sit still, can she? Guess that's why she's the outrider. When this is all done and dusted, let's head to the cathedral in Monstadt.
Might as well.
Getting this gliding license has turned into quite the adventure.
No kidding. I was thinking this would be a short one. No such luck. So, might as well go to the cathedral straight away. No point dragging this out after all. And I can certainly say that I wouldn't bother Jean over someone like Raptor. Not over a petty thief. She has much bigger fish to fry. Not least of them being Devollen, Storm Terror. Far more important than the little thief. Wonder if we're going to meet Barbara this time. Gave me a shot in the daylight, even though it's night here at the moment.
Congratulations! Here is your gliding license. You're officially legal now. Yay! I'm not surprised, though. You are a natural after all.
I actually put a lot of effort into that, I'll have you know.
Oh, and I'll sign you up for the next wind gliding championship. I glide so fast that no one can keep up. It's just me up there, on my own, gliding around. It's kinda boring.
Well, this time you'll have an actual competitor to contend with.
Oh, fighting talk. It seems you have no idea how terrifying the championship really is. Well, until I kick your butt in the championship, I wish you a happy, liberating, and above all, law-abiding gliding experience. Make sure you obey the rules. Whatever you do, don't get your license revoked.
Oh, brother. If you ask me, that's a bit rich coming from Amber.
Indeed. And so we finish another chapter. Another 60 primos. Again, I think they could do with being a bit less stingy with those, but...
Ta-da! Barbara's here. Leave the healing to me. I will not disappoint you.
Let's see now.
Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Xiangling. I'm a chef from Liyue. My favorite place is the the kitchen. Oh, I practice so hard, but I still get nervous when introducing myself. Everything's ready. Let's go.
I forgot that you also now get Lynette.
Let the magic begin!
Okay. Alright. Well, I think I'll call it quits here for today. The Amber Gliding exam took a bit longer than I remembered. So, if you've enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And do check out my Elden Ring Let's Play. And as always, have a good day.